Happy New Year, Wildcat fans, wherever you might be. We're at the Wildcat team room, an appropriate place to meet head coach Jedd Fisch. It's been a week, Coach. Congratulations and welcome to Tucson. I know I'm not the first person to tell you that, but it's great to have you here. What's this first week been like for you?
It's been one long day. It feels like it has been amazing. Obviously, so thrilled to be a part of it, so thrilled to be here. I've really enjoyed every moment. Most of the time has been inside the building, on the phone, on Zoom, trying to put our staff together, trying to meet with our team via Zoom, and really get a lay of the land on all aspects of what we're trying to get done and accomplish, and watch them film in the morning and watch them film at night, and then be on the phone most of the rest of the day.
Outstanding. I find your career fascinating. You decided a long time ago you wanted to get into this profession. Why a football coach? What drew you to that?
Well, I mean, I was early introduced to it when I was probably 7 or 8, and was ball boying for our high school football team in New Jersey, and spent 4 or 5 years doing that, and kind of was mentored by a coach at that point in time that was the head coach at Bergen Catholic High School, and then really always wanted to do that. Kind of fell in love with the idea of coaching, fell in love with the idea of teaching the game, and really became a student of the game while really doing my own thing outside of football. And then when I got to the University of Florida, I really felt like this is where I want to do what I want to do, and had to find a way to do it.
So you've had a chance to work with some of the great football minds of our generation, Steve Spurrier, Bill Belichick, Pete Carroll. I could go on from there. Is there a trait amongst those men that you've seen, that you've drawn in your experience?
Passion. They all have it. They all have it and show it in a different way. But they all have an incredible passion for the game, and for teaching and for educating. And not just the players, but the staff, and just really the community, and it's seen by all of them in different ways, but there's just an incredible passion for this sport and for this game, and I feel if there's one trait that I can take from them, it's that.
Okay, what have you learned now in your early days here in Tucson? What have you learned about Tucson? What have you learned about the University of Arizona?
Well, to be honest, I haven't spent too much time in outside of the building. I have been to, my family was here, and kind of just looked for some homes, and we're searching for that right now. Inside, though, I've really tried to continue to learn about the history of the Arizona football program, reach out to many of the people that have been a part of it, whether it's our football alumni, whether it's people that have really helped our program be where it is today, and then also just kind of get a feel, walk by the walls and look at the bowl games and look where we've participated, and obviously try to get a great feel of how we can get the program back to where it was really in the 90s.
Recruiting, of course, is the lifeblood of college football. What's the message you have for those prospective recruits that you want to become Wildcats?
Well, the biggest thing is we want them to become pros. And our whole philosophy on being pros is, be proficient at what you do. Be somebody that's proficient as a student, be proficient as a football player. We want to talk about people that are resilient and relentless, and talk about people that are willing to go the extra mile at all times, and then original, and that's why we use that acronym of being a pro, but also understand that we believe that you could become a professional in so many different avenues. Very small percentage of people are professionals as football players, but a lot of people can become professionals in all different walks of life, and our goal here is to, build a fifth quarter. Like, what happens when the game is over? And what can we do to help them get to where they want to be?
You've built and are building a very diverse staff, men who have coached college, have coached pro. What did you want to do in terms of building this staff with the type of people that you're bringing in?
Really exactly what you said. Bring a diverse staff that have coached at all levels, that have developed players at all levels, and really have done it. And what we've tried to do is we've tried to obviously take a couple of college football Hall of Famers that are Wildcats, and then mix them in with a staff of guys that are at other programs that have had incredible successes, and guys from the Pac-12, and super excited about really the combination of coaches that we have. We have some great veteran experience. We have some great youth. We have guys that have done it as players at the highest level, coached at the highest level, and then also guys that are really right now known for their development of players and have put players at the highest levels. So it's really a very cool staff, and super excited to introduce them all here, hopefully pretty soon.
You mentioned Ricky Huntley and Chuck Cecil, two of the greatest Wildcats ever to put on an Arizona uniform. In your early conversations with them, what did they tell you about the tradition of Arizona football?
Well, I've known Ricky since 1999 when I was his graduate assistant at Florida, and he talked about Arizona then. I mean, we were sitting there in Gainesville, Florida, and he was talking about Arizona Wildcat football back then. So, obviously you have to respect everything that Ricky's done. I mean, he was the first-round pick, 7th overall, played in the NFL, probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest linebacker that's played here. Chuck Cecil, we all know Chuck, and we know what he's done as a player, what he's done as a coach, the success he had at the Titans, both as a coach, the success he had as a player, and the toughness that he brings. So super excited having both those guys on board. And they talked about the biggest thing that we all have to remember is we need Arizona football to be the hardest game on everyone's schedule. That's what it was when they were playing, and that's going to be our mentality as we move forward.
You've had a chance to talk to some of the other coaches here on campus as well. What have they told you about the culture of the Arizona Athletic Department?
I think everybody is extremely welcoming. I can't tell you how many coaches have reached out. I appreciate both Coach Barnes and Coach Miller at their initial press conferences after I got hired, right after their games, to welcome me and my family. That meant the world to me. I've heard from many other coaches, from Coach Condrea to Coach Johnson, and just really reaching out to make me feel at home. And they all talk about what an incredible program this is and what an incredible city this is to live in, and how my family will be welcomed, and how, for us, the reason why we love college football and the reason why we left the NFL was really because of the fact that we absolutely love the environment and the pageantry of college athletics. And so the chance for, once this COVID is over, hopefully we'll be able to get back in the stands and be able to go watch the girls softball team compete for national championship, and go watch the basketball games, and go watch the baseball games, and really be a part of this community on a daily basis.
You talked about the community and the fans. When they're back in September in Arizona Stadium and your first team goes out onto the field, how would you describe that? What I know it's going to be a thrill for you, but what will the fans see when they see that first Coach Fisch football team?
Well, my hope is that we'll have every person in every seat. That we need to, if you build it, they will come, right? And if we can build the greatest environment of a football program, and we can make our stadium the most fun, the most electric, the greatest home field advantage, then every player on this West Coast and every player in the state will want to be a part of it. And when they want to be a part of it, great coaches are made through great players. So the more great players that want to be a part of our program, the more they want to be a part of this, they'll see a great product. But it starts with our fans. It starts with our community. And let's make this the greatest home field advantage in the country. And that's what I'm hopeful for.
Absolutely. Let's talk about recruiting again. It seems like, I don't know, maybe it was decades ago that there were hotbeds in the country: California, Texas, Florida, Ohio, etc. Is really recruiting now, and with the staff that you've put together, is it really a coast-to-coast now job every year?
I think you have to be aware of players from coast to coast, but we have to lock down Arizona. We have to recognize that there's 50 to 60 Division I players in this state alone. I was saying to a recruit the other day, people work their entire lives to come here when they're 65. We're giving you a chance to be here at 18. And, it's one of those great opportunities to be a part of our program, stay at home, let mom watch, let dad watch, let grandma watch, get them to the games. And then you got to work your way outside of the borders. But for us right now, we want our school to be the flagship university here in the state of Arizona. And we believe that we have a coaching staff and facilities and a program that the very best in Arizona should stay home and come to us.
On social media, you used the phrase, "it's personal." Well, what does that mean to you, and what does it mean to the U of A fans?
Yeah, well, that's our phrase and that's really that's our message. It's our message to our team. That's our message to our fans. That's our message to all the recruits out there, that it's not anything. It's what's inside. It's the personal relationship that you're going to build with your coach. It's the personal relationship you're going to build with your teammate. It's going to be the time that we're going to take as coaches and as people to get to know you. And on the same token, it's personal. When people want to take shots at us, people want to question what we're going to do or where we're going to be, that's personal too. And we have to have a little chip on our shoulder. We have to play with an edge. And I think it has a lot of different meanings, but I'm hopeful that as people start wanting to be a part of our program, they start understanding that, we're really good, and we're going to be really good, and we're in a community that's great support. And if we just continue to build that support, we got a chance to do something special.
You've had experience. You've had staff that have had experience on the West Coast, the Pac-12, et cetera. What is the view you have of the Pac-12 coming in right now, just in terms of being competitive, winning the South, winning the championship, and getting to a Rose Bowl?
Yeah, well, I mean, the most important thing for us is that every day is a competition and every day is a championship opportunity. So we're gonna face every morning with an idea that we're competing to get better that day. And if we live the world of competition in our program, competition is everything. So whoever we play, whenever we play them, they're going to get our absolute best shot. And it's our goal, obviously, to win our division. And we understand that and we recognize that, and that's how you continue to build and grow. And that's going to be our ultimate goal. But for us, every single day is a competition, and every single Saturday is going to be a championship opportunity.
Every time now in the past week or so that I've seen pictures of you and your family, everyone's got smiles on their face. I mean, what's it been like for your family now to know something about their new hometown?
Yeah, well, it's a dream come true. It's an incredible opportunity. I mean, my kids are ecstatic. This is an opportunity that they feel like they could run around the field at will now, that they feel like, or that they could be a part of this team for a very long time. And it's a chance that we could, put our roots down, build this thing, get it to where we want to be, win consistently, and then win forever.
Okay, so what do you like to do? I know football's a 12-month-a-year job, I know, but everybody has to get away once in a while. What do you like to do for fun?
Yeah, I mean, I like to hit that little white ball around every now and then. I like to play a lot of tennis. I used to play a lot of tennis and like to get back there. Really, for me, it's just to be with my kids, be with my wife, and then if we can do something athletic and fun, that makes it even all the better.
I understand we have some golf courses here that you will probably enjoy.
That's what it looks like to me.
Coach, it's great to have you here. We look forward to spring ball. We look forward to everything building up to September and that first game and many games to come after that.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.